Ben! Ben! I need you to listen to this!
What do you need? Is it really that urgent? I'm on the train right now. Can this wait?
No. Haley was only able to get 70 on her test again!
70? That isn't even that bad of a score at all.
You're going too easy on her. Bella came home with 100 on the exact same test. I can't believe this. How is one so much smarter than the other when they're literally identical twins? It doesn't make any sense. I wish we'd only had Bella instead of twins.
You're always so harsh on Haley. Give her a break. How do you think she feels being compared to her twin like that? I'm sure Haley's trying her best too. That's what matters.
No matter how hard she works, she'll get nowhere. Bella, who doesn't even have to try to be better, obviously deserves to be the favorite child. And I see nothing wrong in that. It's only natural.
Grades are not the only thing that matters in life, and it certainly doesn't measure who's better than the other. Haley's way better at sports, and that's her strong point. Bella's not as good at sports, but she's amazing with tests. Each one of them has their strong points and weak points, and there's nothing wrong with that. If anything, we as parents should find each child's strong points and help them reach the pinnacle of their abilities to do great things.
Are you serious? Being good at sports will not help Bella whatsoever in the future. I don't see her benefiting anyone else either. I truly do not understand how one is so much better than the other, even though they're identical twins.
Do you hear yourself? Even though they're identical twins, they're two different human beings. How could you possibly expect them to be clones or something?
If so, then it's only natural for us parents to put in twice the effort to the better one.
You better shut up before I get angry, Gabriella.
Whatever. I wanted to suggest something regarding Bella. Given how academically talented and gifted she is, I was thinking that maybe we should let her attend a famous private high school over in the city.
You mean the one in New York? It's 3 hours away from here. Even if we were to wake up early every day, I'm pretty sure it wouldn't work out for even a month.
Exactly. So I was thinking, maybe I could live alone with Bella over at the apartment in New York City.
What? You gotta be joking. What are you gonna do with your job? I heard people don't get moved around too much in your company.
Yeah, so I've already done what needed to be done. I quit my job this morning, so no need to worry about that.
What did you just say?
I'm already eyeing an apartment in New York, too. So we already have a place, too.
You're getting way ahead of yourself right now. She still hasn't even gotten to the entrance exam of that place.
With her level of intelligence, I'm pretty sure she'll get in with the score ahead of the rest of the kids by a mile. Oh, and by the way, it's pretty obvious, but I'm going to need you to pay for her tuition, so please prepare the money for that. My retirement money and savings will all go to our utilities and other fees that we'll be needing when we finish moving over there.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. How is Bella feeling about this anyway? Have you bothered to ask her? I'll be sure to ask her later on myself too. But are you sure you're not just pushing your feelings against her and pressuring her to say yes to this whole thing?
Of course, I've asked her, and no, I'm not pressuring her. She told me that there's classes that specify in what she wants to do in the future, so she'd love to take the challenge.
Whatever you say. I mean, if Bella feels that way herself, then I guess there's no reason to stop her.
Decision made then. Oh, and also, make sure that Haley ends up going to a public school no matter what she says.
What?
Let's do ABC High School, the one that's close to our house. It's a dumb public school anyways. I'm sure they'd even accept a dull girl like her.
Are you hearing yourself right now?
What?
Haley told us about how she wants to attend the private school over in the city next door. She already got offered a scholarship as a track player in that high school.
Oh, about that. I'm planning to make her resign from the offer.
Why the hell would you do that? It's a great school, and she has a full ride, so it won't cost us any tuition to let her go there.
But we don't want to be spending any extra fees that she needs for traveling all the way over there by train and bus, honey.
It's only like $100 a month. We can afford that.
Even $100 a month is $1,200 in a year. It adds up. We need that money to provide a better learning environment for Bella. We're doing the other one a big favor by letting her even go to a school.
I'm going to let Haley choose her own life. This decision is final.
What? You can't just decide that on your own. She's both our children.
Whether she wants to go to a public school or a private school or a school that costs a lot to get into, she's gonna get to go wherever she wants. We're putting her own feelings first. That's our job as parents.
I can't believe you. Do you not care about Bella?
I care about both Bella and Haley more than anything else in the world. And I have no intention of cherishing or prioritizing any of the two more than the other.
Whatever. I guess you and I have some fundamental differences in our way of thinking. You know what? I want a divorce. Right now.
What the hell?
Of course, I get to keep Bella. I only need the gifted one. No one cares about the mediocre, untalented one. And if you want to act so heroic, and as if you really care about the other one so much, then fine. You keep yours and I keep mine. You can act as if her stupid self is adorable and cute. I don't need any of those unnecessary distractions. You two take good care.
Gabriella, are you serious?
My precious Bella and I will be moving over to New York as soon as she graduates middle school. I need you to sign the divorce letter by then.
There's no going back after we make that decision. Are you sure?
Of course I am.
Can you swear on your life that you've thought about Bella's future and believe that this is really the right choice?
Yes. There's no other choice that's better for her.
Really?
I've made up my mind, period. Oh, and I'll need your help pay for Bella's parenting expenses. Be prepared for that.
We'll talk this through again once I come back from my business trip. Then we'll finalize the decision.
Fine. Dad?
Oh, hey, Haley. What are you doing up so late? You need to get to bed, honey.
I'm so sorry.
What?
You're getting divorced with Mom because of me, aren't you?
Did you hear that from your mother?
Yes. She said it was all because I wasn't born as smart as Bella. I am so sorry.
Don't apologize, honey. None of that is true. It's true that Bella has better grades than you as of now. But I've always told you, this world isn't all about how smart you are, how good you are at tests.
Yeah, Bella told that to me too, but...
The reason your mother and I are getting divorced is because our values are too different for us to stay together. And that's all there is to it. It's no one's fault, honey. If anyone, we should be apologizing to both you and Bella for bringing into our personal issues like this. Even though you two are acknowledging and respecting each other for each of your talents and who you are, I can't believe we're gonna have to rip you two apart like this. I'm so sorry, honey.
It isn't your fault, Dad. And if anything, I want to thank you. It's true that Bella wants to go to a high school in New York to pursue her dreams. And the only reason I get to go to the school I wanted to go with a scholarship that I earned was because you stopped Mom from forcing me to go to a public school. But if all of that's true, I just can't get over the fact that each of us going to our dream schools to pursue our dreams is one of the reasons why you two had to end up getting a divorce.
Don't think of it that way, honey. I'll continue to provide for both you and your sister, and our connection as father and daughter will always be the same. All I want you two to worry about is what you need to do in order to achieve what you want to achieve. All I need to do is help you as your father. I'll always be the #1 fan for both of you.
That really means a lot, Dad. Thank you.
Hey, long time no see. It's me, Gabriella. I wanted to have a talk with you about our daughter. Do you have a minute?
What do you want?
Thank goodness. I was hoping you hadn't blocked me already.
I couldn't even if I wanted to. Even though we aren't husband and wife, we're still the parents of Bella and Haley. We need a means of contact if there's anything happening to either of them. Now, what do you want?
So, Bella and Haley are both seniors right now, and they're almost graduating high school.
Yeah, what about that?
But the thing is, Bella probably won't be able to graduate this year.
What? Did she flunk?
Yeah, that.
What happened?
She quit going to school at the end of her junior year.
At the end of her junior year? It's already been almost a year since then!
Apparently she couldn't keep up with her studies, and the pressure just made her collapse. Since she was always so smart, she was shocked at how she'd almost failed a test for her first time in her life. Ever since the next day, she just stopped going to school completely.
Why did you wait to tell me until it was too late?
Because, I don't know, I felt embarrassed. Like I'd lost to you.
Embarrassed?
I spent all of this time and effort and made all of these sacrifices for her to end up nowhere. How would I not be embarrassed? But rumor says that Haley isn't doing so well either, is she? Apparently, she too is headed towards a poor life as a loser.
What are you talking about?
I heard she started off with the sports scholarship, but joined the regular students after a while, right? I guess neither of the twins were golden eggs after all, and we're both failures as parents, so, joke's on you!
Haley joined the normal class because she injured her foot during the season.
What?
It happened while she was practicing. And the doctor told us that even if cured completely, it would still be difficult for her to keep running as a player. I thought I had asked your parents to talk to you about this. Did you not get the message?
I'm not in touch with my parents at all, so I never heard of this news. So, that's what happened to that girl. I didn't know that happened to her. Well, now that the only thing she was good at was taken away from her, I guess she's completely useless to this world. Are you proud of yourself? For raising a useless failure who can't even do something as simple as running?
What's wrong with you?
I'm guessing she's an outlaw or something now. With nothing better to do with her life. Whatever she is now, I bet it's nothing useful to this world.
Oh, haven't you heard? Haley got into med school.
What? A med school?
Yeah, a med school.
Oh, very funny. There's no way a girl like her could have gotten into med school. She's obviously not smart enough for it.
I'm as surprised as you are, but I think it was her mentality that did the job.
Her mentality?
She was really upset when she first heard that she couldn't run anymore competitively. But the doctor that helped her through her injury had helped her both mentally and physically. Ever since then, she just decided that she wanted to become a doctor and help other people the way the doctor helped her. The way her grades skyrocketed after she joined the regular classes was nothing like I'd ever seen before.
So, you're not joking?
Even if I were lying to you right now, you'd find out anyways.
That's true. Well then, give me Haley.
What the hell? Don't you dare say give you like that. They're human beings.
I don't care. The only children that I'll acknowledge as mine are those that are elite. So, give me Haley. Oh, and I don't need Bella anymore. She's proven to be a false hope for me. She's failed me, so you can have her back.
You little... Have you learned nothing over the past 3 years?
What do you mean?
You treat your own kids, the children who you gave birth to, like your own belongings.
Who are you to say anything about that? I'm the one who gave birth to them. So I get to raise them however I want to raise them.
You're a hopeless cause. I'll be raising Bella. But I'm not letting you take Haley either.
What? That isn't fair! You're being greedy! You've had your turn spending a gracious 3 years with Haley, our family's elite daughter. Now it's my turn. Let's trade them a month later on the day they graduate from high school.
You won't get Haley either way.
Why not?
Her university is in another state. No matter how hard you try, she won't be able to stay with you in your little apartment in New York.
How could she?
That's the end of this conversation. It's useless trying to talk to you. Bye.
I need you to pick up! This is an emergency!
What do you need now?
Bella disappeared! I was gone grocery shopping, and when I came back, she was gone! Along with all her other stuff!
I made Haley go pick her sister up.
What?
I heard from Bella that you hadn't been working since you left for New York. You were living off of all the savings you had left, but you still couldn't afford to pay for much longer. So you made Bella work, even though it was forbidden at her school. She was caught right away and got expelled. That's the reason she stopped going to school altogether, isn't it?
I can explain.
Haley felt that it was dangerous to keep Bella near you for any longer, so she told me she wanted to go get her. Apparently, the two are going to work hard together over at Haley's new apartment near her university.
How could you do that?
By the way, I've also been moved to somewhere pretty close to where they're going, so I've already finished moving in.
How could you people leave me like this?
And if it wasn't obvious enough, no. I'm not telling you where neither I nor the two girls are currently living.
What's gonna happen to me then?
You can just work and make a living on your own. It isn't that complicated.
Wait!
Alright, see ya!
I said wait!
After that, I heard Gabriella went back to live with her parents. But apparently, she found their house to be sold already, and her parents had already moved into a daycare center nearby. A new family was living at what used to be her house, and she started yelling, "Where are my parents?" Which led her to get the police called on them for her. Since the rumor spread so quickly on the countryside, she soon became unable to live near her old house. So she left for somewhere else, and no one has seen her since. On the other hand, Bella started going to an online high school from home after being saved by her sister Haley. She says she wants to become an engineer when she grows up, so she's planning on studying that field once she graduates from high school. Even though my two precious daughters were mistreated by their selfish mother, I'm glad they're growing to be bold and wise. As a proud
Hello, Angelo. It looks like you're still off somewhere, but I thought you were going to come home straight from work today. You promised that you would come straight home without going anywhere today, right?
Oh, hey, Katya. What's your problem? I just had to do a bit of overtime, all right? Stop making such a big deal out of this.
What do you mean, what's your problem? You told me 30 minutes earlier that you were already on your way home, and you should have been home by now. I know you're lying to me and just went off somewhere again.
Did I say that? Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you. I went to grab a quick drink with some colleagues, but I'm done now.
Fine. Anyways, where are you right now?
I'm on the train between B station and C station. I'll be home in about 20 minutes.
Is that so?
What? What's with that reaction? You think I'm lying or something? Because it's true that I'm between B station and C station right now.
Oh, it's nothing, don't mind me. So, you'll be home in about 20 minutes, right?
Actually it might take a bit longer than that because, fuck it. I can't keep hiding it from you forever, alright?
What? And what exactly have you been hiding from me all this time? I have an idea as to what it is, but I want to hear it from your own mouth.
I'm going to divorce you, Katya. I fell in love with someone else.
Huh? I was wondering what you were going to say, and this is what you tell me?
But I'm serious. You see, there's this other girl I've been going out with for a while now. On my way home from work today as well, I dropped her off at her nearest station.
What do you mean, girl? Don't tell me, but is this other woman of yours a lot younger than you?
Yes, she is. She's 22 and she's beautiful at that.
22? Huh. And do you know how old you yourself are? Why would someone that age be interested in an old man in his 40s like you anyways? You could be her dad if we just took a look at the age difference. I mean, I'd understand if you were rich or handsome or something, but you're just an average guy in his 40s, and that's already being generous.
Huh? What's with the insult suddenly? You're just jealous I found someone better than you, aren't you? Besides, age doesn't matter when it comes to love. And it just so happens that I'm only interested in girls aged 22 or younger.
You completely forgot what day it is today, didn't you?
Huh? Was there something today?
It's my 35th birthday. That's why I made you promise to come home directly from work, don't you remember? You really are a sick fuck, Angelo.
What? Oh yeah, I forgot. Come on, Katya, don't be such a child. So what if I forgot your birthday or something? But I admit, it must suck to be you, getting divorced on your 35th birthday?
So you want to get divorced today? Are you sure you thought this through, Angelo? Because I'm not going to take you back even if you come crying later on to get remarried, okay?
Of course I'm sure. I mean, I have a 22-year-old girlfriend who's better than you in every way now. What made you think that I would ever want to marry you again after we got divorced? I mean, everyone knows that girls ages 22 and younger are the best when it comes to relationships. Sorry, Katya, but you just passed your prime.
Then why did you marry me in the first place? I was 28, not 22 when we got married, remember?
Marriage and love are two separate things. It's what I thought when I married you, but now that I have a 22-year-old girlfriend, I think I want to marry her. I'm not going to let you get in the way of our love, Katya. Which is why I want to get divorced with you as soon as possible.
You may be in your early 40s, but you have the mental maturity of a child in elementary school. Anyways, just come home for now. We'll talk about the divorce then. Good evening, Tamara. Is now a good time? There's something I want to talk to you about. Good evening, Katya. Yep, I can talk now. You see, it's about this stalker situation of yours that you told me about last time. There are a few things I want to ask you. Oh, what is it? Nothing's really happened since then. Apparently, he was following me home today as well, so I had my brother, who lives alone nearby, pick me up from the station. I see. You're 22 years old, right, Tamara? What? Oh, yeah. I just graduated from university last year, and this is my first year as an independent adult. I'm turning 23 next month, though. What's the nearest station to your office? It's K Station. I always use the south exit when I go to work, by the way. So I was right. Katya? What exactly were you right about? Oh, sorry. I haven't told you yet. It's still a hypothesis, as I don't actually have any concrete proof, but I think that your stalker might be my husband. Huh? What? Your husband is my stalker? Sorry if I surprised you. My husband is in his 40s, and his name is Angelo. He also uses the south exit of K Station when he goes to work like you. I think that Angelo is stalking you without knowing that I'm a friend of your sister's, though. Could it be that your husband works at a factory owned by B Food Company? Yes, he does. Does that mean something to you? You see, I also work at a factory owned by B Food Company. It's just a feeling, but I think that the stalker always starts stalking me from another factory 2 sites away from mine. But do you really think it's your husband? Isn't there a possibility that this is just some sort of coincidence? I mean, there are plenty of other men who use the south exit of K Station and work at a factory owned by B Food Company. That's what I thought at first. You see, recently he's been coming home late, and whenever I ask him about it, he says he had to work overtime or that he was drinking with colleagues. But he always seems completely sober when he comes home from work, and I know the factory he works at is very strict with shifts. I thought he was just cheating on me or something, but That's when he told me that this girlfriend of his was 22 years old. All of this combined with the fact that my husband has a tendency to be delusional when it comes to women suggests that he's the one who's been stalking you, although in his mind you two have been going out. Seriously? If what you're saying is true and your husband is really my stalker, then this is some pretty scary stuff. I mean, what do you mean he thinks that we've been going out? That's not just being delusional, Katya. That's some sort of a mental disorder. Yeah, I was scared at first too. Like I said, he's always been a bit delusional when it comes to women, but I didn't know that it was this bad. By the way, earlier this evening, Angelo told me that he wanted to divorce. Because according to him, he's going out with a 22-year-old and wants to marry her instead, apparently. I think he meant you. What? Ew, I would never lay my hands on a married man. I haven't made contact with him even once, I swear. Of course, I don't actually believe what he says. I know you're not the kind of person to do something that perverted. Tell me, is this stalker of yours near your house right now? Oh, yeah, I don't think so. I can't see him, at least. I'm going to talk to Angelo about the divorce soon, and I think it would be best if we put an end to the stalker business as well. If my hypothesis is incorrect, however, we'll have to think of something else, as it'll be another problem entirely. But if my hypothesis is correct, we'll still need to act quickly. We can't let him know now that we're on to him until we're ready to act. Otherwise, he could just pretend this never happened since we don't actually have any concrete proof. Yes, I understand. I just want to put an end to this as soon as possible. I can't even go to my boyfriend who lives nearby with something like this going on. Whenever I have to leave the house, I'm always looking behind my back to check if he's following me. That must be terrifying. At least he's not the type to resort to violence, though. Anyways, you have a boyfriend who lives nearby? Oh, yes. He goes on a lot of business trips, but he gave me a spare key to his house and told me that I could come in whenever I wanted to. So that means that once we put an end to all of this business, you have a place to hide until things calm down, right? To be honest, I'm planning on moving once I divorce Angelo and all this is done, so he won't have any way to find me. I know it's really inconvenient, but you should probably consider moving as well. Yes, what you're saying may be right. My boyfriend and I were planning on getting married soon anyways, so this might be a good opportunity to move in with him once all this is done. Oh, and I've already moved some emergency equipment into my boyfriend's house, just in case. But it won't be of use if the stalker follows me there, because then even my boyfriend's house won't be safe. I see. So we need to know where the stalker is before we make a move, right? Oh, it looks like the man himself has arrived. Well, I'll end the conversation for now. I'll be contacting you again soon. Okay, I'm counting on you, Katya. Hey, Angelo. You kept ignoring me back there, so I'm going to try talking to you via text. Could you please stop acting like a child who didn't get what he wanted and is now throwing a tantrum? Are you sure you're 47 years old? Seriously, as soon as you came home, you slammed the divorce papers on the table and locked yourself in your room. I haven't even said anything about the divorce yet. The nearest station to her workplace is K Station, same as you. She uses the south exit like you as well. She's 22 years old and it's her first year after graduating from university. She's a bit taller than me and has hair that barely reaches her shoulders. Today her brother picked her up at K Station and went home with her.
What? How do you know what Tamara looks like? And why do you know what Tamara did today? Hold on. Was the stalker Tamara and her brother were talking about on the way home today you? Wait, does that mean that you knew about us all this time?
Thanks for the reply. I especially loved the second to last one. If only you knew the truth.
Huh? What in the world are you talking about? Just because you're jealous of her and you're my wife doesn't mean you can do stuff like this. I'm not gonna forgive you if you do something to Tamara. Stop stalking her right now or else.
That's funny, because that's exactly what I wanted to tell you. Hello, Tamara. It's certain now my husband is your stalker. He even accused me of stalking you when I told him your appearance and what you did today. Oh, I see. So you were right. He really did think that we were actually going out, huh? It gives me chills just thinking about it. Yep, but for me it's more that he wants to make me throw up, if anything. I'll try to stall him and buy time for you to escape to your boyfriend's house. Go there by tonight, okay? Understood. Thanks for your help, Katya. I know it must be difficult finding out that your husband is a lunatic, but hang in there. To think that you were the delusional man that was always stalking Tamara. I just mentally beat myself up for marrying a man like you in the first place. I guess I have terrible taste in men.
What? What do you mean I'm delusional? But Katya and I have already been on several dates, and we go to and from work every day.
Jesus, Tamara was right. Maybe you do actually have some sort of mental disorder. Those weren't dates, Angelo. You were just stalking her all this time. I mean, it's not like it's your first time, I guess. Remember when you told me how you thought that our neighbor who was a housewife probably liked you and that it might become a problem? Or how my friend Isabella secretly liked you and it was so embarrassing. I did my best to prevent you from doing anything strange by explaining it to you carefully how they didn't actually like you, but to think that the moment I lost sight of you and couldn't stop you anymore, you go and make a mess this huge.
What do you mean, make a mess? But it's true that me and Tamara are in love. Maybe from an outsider it looks like she's keeping her distance from me, but that's just because she's shy.
Whatever, I can't be bothered to argue with you anymore. Oh, and thanks for proposing a divorce. I think I might cry from joy.
What? So you're going to agree to the divorce?
Yes, I'll be taking care of those divorce papers you gave me earlier. Please pack all your stuff and leave as soon as possible.
As soon as possible?
Yes, didn't you yourself tell me that you wanted to get divorced as soon as possible because I would get in the way of you and Tamara's love? I'm the owner of this apartment, so you're the one who has to leave once we get divorced, right? You can move out tomorrow, but make sure to pack all your stuff by tonight. Don't leave a single thing of yours in my house.
But I'd have to stay up all night if I'm to finish by tomorrow. By as soon as possible, I meant like as soon as I found somewhere else to live.
You're the one who suggested the divorce, right? I'm just doing what you told me to do. Once I see that you've packed all your stuff, I'll turn in the divorce papers to the city hall. I'm going to set up a futon near the front door and sleep there until you finish.
You really now have to strike me where it hurts? Damn you, Katya. But it's me who's going to have the last laugh, not you. I'm going to find happiness with Tamara, while you're going to be alone for the rest of your life. Hey, I packed all my stuff. I'm so tired. Did you seriously have to make me do all of this by today?
Yes, and stop whining like a baby. This is what you wanted, isn't it? Anyways, I asked your father to lend you a light truck, so put your stuff there.
Why'd you have to call my father? Aren't there plenty of places that will lend trucks?
Yeah, but your father said he would lend the truck for free, so obviously I had to take up his offer, right? Oh, and I also asked the caretaker of this apartment to temporarily let you park in the empty lot of the parking lot. Hurry up and carry your stuff out.
But I just stayed up all night. Can't you just let me sleep for a bit?
I don't care if you stayed up all night. Just get out of my sight. You disgust me, Angelo.
What did you say to me? Never mind. You're just jealous of me and Tamara. But you said you borrowed the truck from my dad, right? Did you tell him about me and Tamara? Dad isn't going to approve of this. He's the kind of guy who hates people that cheat on their partner.
Of course I did. Hurry up and take your stuff out of my house. Be finished in an hour.
This is why I hate 35-year-old bitches like you. It's already too late, so don't come crying to me when you regret doing this.
Just shut up and leave, will you?
I carried all the stuff into the truck. But this suffering is a cheap price to pay if I now get to find happiness with the beautiful 22-year-old Tamara.
Yeah. Bye. Hello, Katya. Hello, Tamara. Is everything all right there? Yes, I told my boyfriend about what happened and he came home from his business trip earlier than was planned. He got mad at me for not telling him sooner. I see. He's a nice boyfriend, I see. He is. I also just turned in those divorce papers. Wow, that was fast. You see, this has been a problem with Angelo for a long time now. But he showed me with this recent incident that he's practically insane, and even I couldn't put up with him anymore. I guess I finally saw how disgusting he was. Oh, is that so? Jesus, looks like he's spamming me with texts. It must be the final battle. Good luck. I mean, all I have to do is tell him I turned in the divorce papers, and that's the end of the story, though.
Katya! I think Tamara just broke up with me. I didn't have anywhere to go after you kicked me out, so I thought I would live with Tamara. I drove the truck with my stuff on it to Tamara's house, but then your friend Isabella and her husband were waiting for me there. Isabella told me that Tamara has a boyfriend she's been going out with since high school and that they've already talked about getting married with both of their parents. She even said something like, besides, there's no way a 22-year-old girl would want to have anything to do with a disgusting man in his 40s like you. I mean, she was so mean to me. Not only that, but you never told me that Isabella was Tamara's sister. So that's why you knew about Tamara's actions, right? You need to be punished for not telling me about this sooner. I'm canceling the divorce.
Sorry, but I already turned in the divorce papers to the city hall.
What?
Bye.
But, Katya...
During this, I was staying at my friend's house just in case Angelo tried anything strange. I showed my friend these final texts I received from Angelo, and all she had to say was, "What a complete idiot." She also got mad at him, saying that he didn't even seem to realize his own mistakes. At a later date, Tamara filed a complaint against Angelo to the police, and now Angelo is a proud owner of a criminal record. As with me and Angelo, I received all the money in our co-savings bank account in exchange for me not asking him to pay an alimony. Also, it seems that when Angelo hesitantly returned his father's truck, afraid as to what he might do, Angelo's father told him that both he and his mother were cutting ties with him. Apparently, he fell to the ground and cried like a child, saying, "Why is it always me?" Everyone at the scene all walked away agreeing that Angelo was an idiot. His superiors at his company also found out about what he did, and he was fired because of it. And since word that Angelo had stalked Tamara spread through the area, he found it difficult to find a new job. He left our hometown looking for somewhere to start anew, so it seems like I'll finally be able to enjoy some peace and quiet.